So I have a really loud laugh, and it's quiet. Really? it like disappears. I know. And in the morning, I'm like, you guys don't want. I'm like,
how's your laugh?
Oh, mine's getting better than
hers is pretty.
I was getting better.
It's
good.
It's a good laugh. It makes you want to laugh.
Yes, infectious laugh.
Yes. Right there, you guys. Right there. We got the photo. I know. So we can
do
talk
that.
too, is what you're saying at the same time.
She can talk. Me, Krista.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it, Jane.
I love this.
Oh my gosh. You guys, thanks so much for.
Like that. Do we need to compose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Hey,
Thanks
guys.
so much, because that was the end one. I got it. I was getting it. Okay, I got it. Welcome, not ending it.
Guys, welcome to Octane Hustle. I'm Fastlane Jane.
And I'm Design Muse, and today we have...
I'm Krista Baldwin.
And I'm Bear Dellinger.
And from...
Born Automotive Group.
I'm from Georgia. Is that what we're doing?
Are we doing
the name of your
state?
companies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're an Automotive Group.
So we're McLeod Racing, Competition Clutch, FTI Performance, and Silver Sport Transmission.
Love it.
Love it.
There you go.
We scored. We have two of the most beautiful ladies at SEMA at our booth right now.
Yes, we do.
I think we got all the beautiful ladies.
And we have so many fun things to talk about. So where do you want to start, Theresa?
How has the SEMA show been going for you? What is the excitement of SEMA for you guys?
Oh, man, SEMA is huge. I mean, if you are a car guy or girl, this is where you need to be. It's a week of just being in the culture and being able to see new products and seeing all your friends and just continue that vibe throughout the whole year. I mean, SEMA really sets the stage for something absolutely insane, and I love being part of it.
100%. This is like I feel like it's an annual reunion every year. Like you don't see a lot of these people. They're from like Hawaii, they're from Japan, they're like all over the world, and it's a time to like rebond and reconnect. And the great thing is there's amazing builds out here, but there's even amazing people as well that are building these things. So it's the culture, it's the people, it's the vibe, and it's the memories that we get to create, you know?
I totally agree with you, because I tell people, I'm like, I go to SEMA because it's my family. I go to see my family.
Yes.
These are people that understand you. They know why you're into like automotive, going fast, building cool cars. People get you.
100%. 100%.
So what has been, though, the biggest surprise this year for you guys?
Oh my gosh, biggest surprise. That Bear joined the team.
No, it's been amazing being part of Warrenton Automotive. Like, I've worked corporate, you know, and I wouldn't say y'all are corporate at all, but this meaning like
We're too fun to have corporate.
yes, exactly. That this is. I've only been working with 4 or 5 months with y'all, and I already feel like this is family. Like, I already the morale, like you're doing a great job, keep it up. Like, you don't get that often in a lot of places.
Culture.
Yes, and it's amazing, and I'm so thankful for Krista, Paul, Bob, and the whole Warrenton Automotive team for being, you know, very open-armed, you know, and also, you know, giving me the freedom to do whatever I want with the social media, because that's what I do for all brands, is a social media direction. So I enjoy it.
I love that.
Yes.
That's good. You know, having a brand voice is such a really big, important part of everything, and being able to set that tone, right?
Yes. And like the thing is with me, with working with other, you know, businesses, because I've done MC hosting, I drive myself as well, on-screen talent, installations, you know, for YouTube. I've always felt like, in a sense, I was a trap bear. But with this company, I don't feel so trapped, you know? Like, I have full creative ability, and I get to just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
They're like, Bear, just, that's great. Just keep doing
So you've
it.
embraced your inner bear.
Oh, yes. Strong bear.
I think we've all embraced Bear.
Strong bear.
Yeah. Strong bear. Mama bear.
Oh, I am a mama bear for sure, too.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
No kids, though. I have no kids.
okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Figuratively speaking.
Well, and Krista, since the last time we talked to you, there have been some changes with your race team and you racing. Can we kind of touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so this year has been a huge year for KBR. I actually purchased a whole other operation, and so I not only, you know, continue to be the team owner, but I'm also the only female team owner in the pro ranks in the NHRA. So that's a
Heck yes, right there. Right there.
girlfriend.
Own it, girl. Own it. Right there, too. Yeah. Own it.
So that's like been such a cool like role to take on. But the car that I'm in now, it's a newer car. I got better parts. I got a crew chief. I got a full crew, and so we're really looking forward to ending our season on a high note next week. But no, as a team owner, oh, you got
there's the ups and downs,
fun all
aren't
the
there?
time. No, I have the ability to bring in people to drive my car. And so, for instance, I was going to Dallas, Vegas, Pomona at the end of the year. I had money for Dallas. I had money for Pomona. I had nothing for Vegas. So I called my good friend Spencer Massey, and he rented the car for me. So it was cool standing on the starting line watching my car go down the track, but it's just, I also got to celebrate with my team when we made those good runs this weekend. I mean, we went 3.72 seconds. I mean, that's one of my career best runs as a team owner. You know?
Love it.
And so I got to celebrate with them on the starting line. Usually I don't do that because I'm always in the car at the top end. So it was cool being with them and being like in the camaraderie that we're in. And of course, Spencer's always a great driver. But now I am super excited to get to Pomona because I get to drive.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and that's just next weekend, and we're bringing the cheetah, right?
Yeah, we're bringing the cheetah. We're bringing it.
I love that. Oh my goodness, that's
good.
exciting. I love that. And Bear, are you following along with this?
Yeah, so unfortunately I can't make all the races with them because, I help manage all 4 brands.
Okay.
But if they need me there, I am there
Yeah.
through and through because I do my own program as well. I do drifting, actually.
Oh, I love that.
I don't like to go straight.
I like to go side by
Yes,
side.
I go
yeah.
sideways, and I also do circuit racing, so just
very
HPD style.
cool.
I'm just a grassroots girl. I don't do nothing
I love
professional.
that.
I don't
I
do
love
no competition wise. I just like to have a good time and just.
You're my kind of girl.
Hey,
I like that.
I like you too.
I do. I know. Well, grassroots is where any of this really started, right?
Definitely. You
And-
have to start
yeah,
there.
yeah.
That's where you start.
That's
All of
where
us
you
do.
grow,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure. Awesome. Well, this is great catching up with you guys doing this. I love it. Always fun.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Are y'all going to be at PRI this year or?
No.
That was a long pause.
Yeah,
huh?
that was a long pause. No, I don't
Probably
think we're
not. We've been on the fence, but probably not. Oh. I mean, if we have to do some, like.
Let me switch hats again. I'll get to the cloud part.
We're a different team owner, right?
Awesome. Well, it was great catching up with you guys. This is amazing.
Thank you for having me on here.
And I think I'm going to try and get to Pomona.
Timona.
Pomona.
Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah, something. Yeah, exactly. Get to Pomona so that we can follow along with your progress and what you're doing. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, let's do it. It's going to be a great weekend, and yeah, we're here for a good time. That's it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to High Octane Hustle 2024 SEMA on the road. This was.
Oh, I'm Krista.
And I'm Bear Dellinger.
Since 1987, GTS Customs has specialized in resto mod Corvettes. From widened bodies to pro touring vehicles with all today's modern technology. If you've got a Corvette, an old Corvette, and you want to make it drive like something new, contact gtscustoms.com.
I don't.
Okay. So how often do you have to get a manicure?
So these ones actually, since they're these are something called Gel X that apparently hold up way better, and I get them done like once a month actually.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I have gel.
but this is Gel X. So these are technically press-on nails, but they're cured with UV, and they
Mine are
don't-
cured with UV.
Yeah. Any kind of gel is so you can do that with the gel coat. It's not
and then
gonna,
and then the
because of the
lacquer,
paint.
the
Yes.
lacquer thinner doesn't.
It's not
it,
correct.
Doesn't fuck with
the
it.
It's
gel coat,
looking
it doesn't do that.
so
Because it's
good.
inside of it. It's basically
Yes.
inside of resin.
I mean, don't soak in
Yeah.
them. Like, don't be soaking in lacquer.
But it's inside the resin, so that's what it's doing.
because they'd have to coat the underside
Yeah.
and so forth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Well,
right.
this is behind the scenes with Shayna.
Right.
Still being a hot babe with
Talking
rad
about
nails.
nails
I know. Still
and
being a
girls
hot.
and
We're still girls. We're still girls.
Yeah.
Mostly
we're
they
still
look like
girls.
this, but hers look a little prettier.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes they're covered in paint too, but
yeah,
that's okay.
exactly.
Hi guys. It's me, Fastlane Jane. Welcome to High Octane Hustle on the road at SEMA 2024.
Rad.
What did I do wrong? I can't even tell you. I don't even know. Let me try that again. I could be for the blooper roll. Wait, we need laughter. We need laughter.
My laughter right now is like smoke lady's laughter. It's like
That's how it was when I was wheezing coming up here. I literally was like, as I was,
You can't hear me, so no one's gonna be able to find me now.
Really breathe.
as I was walking
Oh my
past
gosh.
people, I was
It's
literally
like gone.
wheezing.
My voice is
I
so
re-
gone and everything.
That's hysterical. Okay, I remember the introduction now.
No.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny because we're so in a different moment.
Yeah, we just had a moment.
The energy is
That's different.
We
Oh
need
my
to bring
gosh,
the
let's bring it up.
Okay.
Bring it up. Hey guys, welcome to High Octane Hustle. I'm Fastlane Jane.
And I'm Design Muse, and we are at the SEMA Show 2024.
On the road.
All right, and today we have
Shayna Guy.
Hi.
right here. Hi.
Hi, friends. I am here, finally.
Tell us, Shayna, tell us about the road to SEMA, your road to SEMA, and how SEMA's been for you so far, right? It's exactly that right
Yeah,
there.
it
That little,
definitely is.
yep, that's it.
The little smirk.
So I was so last year at SEMA was my first year at SEMA, and then we just kind of were observers and walking around. And then this year was the first year that people were like asking me for appearances because of the show and stuff. And so I was like, this is
The
rad.
show, remind everyone, the
Yeah,
show.
so Resurrected Rides, it's on Netflix. It came out in July. Definitely go watch it if you haven't yet. It's super rad.
Not to mention, we broke that news right
Yes.
here
You
on
guys
High
were the
Octane
first
Hustle. We pulled the exclusive.
And on the podcast we did does have some like behind the scenes of some stuff too. So if you haven't watched it or listened to it yet, go back and do that because that one was a fun one.
I like that plug-in.
Yeah,
Good job.
right. I'm not new to this at this point, so I kind of know what I'm
I
doing.
saw you whip your business card out earlier too. I'm like, oh,
Right?
she's good.
No,
she knows.
I heard
heard
production. I
Yep.
was like, nope. I was like, I got this. This is my people.
You got to put your business hat on in
Yep.
this game, and I think that's a really important part of the industry
Oh,
that
for sure.
everyone forgets about is that you have to promote yourself. You have to know to be out there to do it.
and even to learn about it too, because like it took me years to figure out how to like successfully promote myself and do it in the way that like I want like to have the image that is being promoted, the image that I want to be promoted. So it's all in a learning process, and it takes years to learn. Even business side, I sucked at it for a while. So
I have to think though. I have to
face.
think. Yes, I'm sorry that you sucked at that, but I think all of us. But
She's
here's
like, I
the
know you
thing.
did.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I think it just transitioned into the point that says, it's new territory.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, sometimes it's hard to be your own cheerleader
Oh,
out
for
here
sure.
in this industry in front of others, and you become so vulnerable, right?
Oh yeah, that not only that, and just like this was never my intention for this to even blow up this big. Like I started painting because I like to paint and I didn't want to wake up to an alarm clock. So I was like, I'm not going to work for anybody else. And then I never intended to be in the public eye. I never intended to be on TV. Like it never was even like a goal of mine because it never was like a possibility to me. Like I'm from such a small town. So I'm like, that's like, I don't know. That's just not something that happens. So like when all of it happened, then like it's happening and you don't know how to deal with any of it or how to manage any of it. So then like you're in the belly of the beast and you're just like,
Oh my God.
over there being like figuring it out as you go. And then it's even worse when you are in the public eye because then everybody's watching you figure it out as you go. So it's just like,
And that's the part that gets us all because we're already in our own head. We don't need all of you out there
That's
to
what
be
I'm
that
saying.
critic too,
I know
right?
I wasn't great. So it's definitely hard, but like moments like these and days like these make it well worth it that it's like, wow, I'm learning something, like it's working. So
Especially being able to do a workshop here at the Real Deal Revolution booth
Yes.
and seeing the reward on everyone's face as they've completed something
It's so
and getting
cool.
a chance to work with you.
It's so rad to even see them like they never because like again like the TV thing they never thought pinstriping was a possibility until
Oh
they
my
came
goodness.
to this and it was
Yes.
I mean I still remember the first one I did with you at Sturgis like that was so rad so now we've been into this for 3, almost 4 years doing this.
I know, it's so
rad.
cool.
So cool.
So to just teach people all over the country. And there was even, I'll never forget that Sturgis class. Somebody messaged me from the class like 8 months after that, and she was like, after the class I went and got a pinstriping kit, and I just got all this stuff for Christmas, and she was pinstriping the whole time. And
you did that. You inspired
I was like,
her.
that's so cool to me. Like, that's so rad that like you started that, and like it's just a cool thing to be a part of. So, well, thank you guys for having me here this whole time. Like,
100%. Oh my gosh, we're
That's so
no, and you
cool.
know that. You know, I love having you be part of this, and you know, we've tried to find people that are the real deal.
Yeah,
So,
right?
I mean, that's a big part of it. That's what we're trying to put out there is just, you know, getting people excited about
Yeah.
like. I know how passionate all of us are about doing the thing that we love. We love,
for sure.
we love cars. We love being good at our craft, and that's what's really showcased and shine for you to just excel at what that is.
For sure.
It's just getting good at your craft.
And that's like what people ask me all the time, and it's kind of a joke, but it's kind of not. And they're like, "You must love what you do." And I was like, I love the result of what I do. I don't love what I actually like. I don't love the process.
The sanding?
Of it. Yeah,
The
no, I don't love
sanding and the sanding?
but, like, when you like look back and like see that, and you're like so proud of a paint job, like there's no other euphoric feeling that can come close to that. Like that's a high that is not touchable. Like it's so
Absolutely. And I think that what you're really helping people understand that it's not just the pinstriping that's taking place here. Oh, I'm good at pinstriping. There's all that emotional, authentic work that's going into it. Sanding and more sanding, and that quiet time with sanding.
Yeah,
right?
I was even we were at the Snap-on booth the other day, and we were talking about like there was a bunch of women painters there, and we were just talking about how there are times that you just feel so defeated. Like we were talking about like SEMA builds, and like we're in the booth at 3 a.m. and something completely haywire happens, and you literally just want to cry, and sometimes you do. You're just
I'm all literate. No, you do cry.
Sometimes
you do
you're
cry.
on the booth crying, and you're just like, this is dumb. Like I don't know why I do this, and then like you see it at SEMA, and you're like, oh. That's why.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly why.
And then it goes back to those moments, and that's exactly it, Jane. Is that we're trying to do these workshops because we're trying to give someone that moment of creating. So that's what you're getting. You're like, I did this. You know, when we teach someone else how to pinstripe, we're not doing it for them. They're doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
When you create something yourselves, that's why it's so rewarding.
That and like the fact that they are doing something that one, they never thought that they could do, and two, that they never like maybe had the confidence for, because then they can bring that into other areas of life. Like that helps. So that was one of the main things with riding motorcycles. Like I was petrified of riding a bike, and I cried the first time I was on it. But it like
You love it,
the fact that I learned it and like could do it, and now can like rip a bagger around. I'm like, that has given me the confidence to try anything. So like I want it.
And that's it. No.
I was
Yeah.
scared about that, but I feel like that it's kind of the same concept. Like these are
It
people
is.
that like they can like realize like, oh, I have the confidence that I can do this. I'm going to take that into other areas of my
Right here.
life, and I'm just going to try it. Like I'm just going to go and do it.
It's exactly why we do it. We do it because it's anything is possible. People can go out there and it gives you that one moment of like, oh, I walked up, I didn't know I could do this, and I actually can do this.
Or like,
And walking away, what else can you do?
Exactly.
And that is exactly what Real Deal is. That's why we've built this community like
That's so
this,
rad.
is just to go on and share that with everyone, because like everyone is capable of going out there and being able to do this stuff, and they don't realize how much hard work we put in behind the
for
scenes
sure.
and what that looks like. Like, oh yeah, I taught you in an hour. Yeah, but it's taken me, years to do what I'm doing in front of you right now, not an hour.
In front of you is the other one. Like I start shaking in front of people, and I'm like, I'm trying to pull a straight line, and y'all are watching me right now.
Totally,
I'm
right?
sweating. This is bad sometimes, but it's
for
just, it's
sure.
cool to be a part of it, and it's rad that like you have the platform to give people the opportunity to try this stuff, because a lot of your workshops are stuff that people don't have access to regularly.
Yes.
Like it's not stuff that a lot of the people that are in the industry, they grew up in their dad's shop, or they grew up like with a family member or
That's-
something.
yeah.
There's very few people that didn't have anything that are like, I can do this. So it's cool to have that opportunity to even learn these things.
Not only are you touching the younger generations, but people like myself, right, who are a little older, right? That's all I'll cop to. A little bit older, and giving them some true satisfaction, and like I don't know, just something new and exciting, and I love it because I learned from you. So
I think it's cool that we can all learn from each other. I think like that's a rad thing. So
yeah, it's all about growing and just getting better in life and everything else we do because it's constant.
And everything that you get better at, you can carry it to other parts of your life. Like if I could become a better business person or a better painter, like I can become a better like anything through that. Like using the same kind of concepts. So. Yeah. It's pretty rad.
That's great. And I do have to do a shout out to Dickies because they are the ones that brought Real Deal Revolution here. Yeah. And look at our uniforms.
Oh my God.
They look so good.
The cutest
They're
shirts.
So good, huh?
I love them. I'm here for it.
Our fits are fly.
So are you loving being here at the show? And you've just been running around doing all kinds
Literally
of things.
running. I was so late this morning. It was so bad. I ran over here. The south entrance was freaking closed, so I had to run around. I was wheezing by the time I got up here. And then nobody even showed up on time anyway. So
this is the SEMA Show. I know.
I was trying to contact Theresa. Theresa lost her phone. And I was like,
this is the joys of SEMA. Yes, this is normal SEMA type stuff.
Yes, we have been running around, but it's been great. This is my first year live painting and live pinstriping, which always sounds like a great idea. And then you get up there and you're like, what did I just agree to?
I know.
And then especially yesterday, I was like, I'm going to do this cool alien chick. And then I forgot like all my transfer papers and stuff. And I was like, rad. So I freehanded the whole thing, and I was like, this is all either going to go really, really good or really, really bad, and you guys are all here to witness it. So that's great.
Those moments.
I have to think, though, when somebody like yourself, who is on this fabulous show on Netflix, because everybody knows Netflix, when they see you in real form and struggling okay, right?
Yeah.
I think that kind of really
I think it's
makes
important.
It's a daunting task, and you're humanizing this whole experience.
Yeah.
And
so that's like one thing I try to really, really be like true on is just that, especially in paint, so much messes up. Like there is so much. Like there is not a single painter out there who paints it perfectly every single time. So it
100%. She's so right. And I don't care who you are. You're the best painter out there. We all mess up.
Yep. You are like, you could do everything right and paint just doesn't want to paint that day. So it's just
chemicals.
Yep. All of it.
weather, right?
Because they're chemicals. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think it's just a SEMA crunch. So I think it's just
tired.
Yeah, there's that. Hungry.
Customers rushing you, all of it. You're just like, shit. But I think, yep, exactly. So I think it's important, especially when you're like setting an example for people who maybe want to come on this journey, that like it's not all butterflies and rainbows, because when they expect it to be butterflies and rainbows and it's not, they just all quit and they're like, it's like, I'm not doing it right. But I'm like, you very well are doing it right. Like it is all part of it. Yeah. So it's definitely, it's cool. But I mean,
that's perfect. It's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that sums it up. It's pretty cool. So,
and you've probably, I mean, how has your experience been this time then at the SEMA show so far?
It's been really cool. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely met so many new people. It's weird to be walking around and people already knowing who you are. Like it's just, and like I forget that I'm on Netflix sometimes because like it's not something that you watch every day, and it happened so long ago for me that I'm just like, it's completely out of my head. So then people come up and they're like, I know who you are, and I'm like, why? And then they're like, I watched your show, and I was like, oh. And then sometimes there was a guy that came up to me yesterday. He's like, how's your show going? And I'm like, what show are you talking about? And then I was like, oh, it's going great, I guess. Like I forgot. So it's all very weird. It's a very new experience for me, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm excited for the next day and a half. So, there's a lot in a day, so a day and a half is
Isn't it crazy? I know, so much can happen, definitely. Well, that's great. I mean, thank you for sharing it with us. Thank you for being here in the Real Deal Revolution booth. Teaching workshop today, a pinstriping workshop. That was fantastic. So
thank you for having me.
We love what you do, and we appreciate you being here. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. Well, I always love being here and doing anything with you guys. So
awesome.
I'm always down.
Awesome. Love it. Love it.
Thank you, guys. This has been High Octane Hustle on the road, SEMA 2024 with Shayna Guy. We're so glad that you joined us. I'm Fastlane Jane.
I'm Design Muse, and this was
a High Octane Hustle. Was that what I was supposed to say?
Who are you?
It's personal.
Oh, Shayna.
We're still working the kinks out.
So good.
It makes it so much more fun.
Here, Clint, grab a picture of us like up here. I am Design Muse, and today we have with us
Candy and Chrome.
I love it. All right, tell us. Do you want me to call you Candy then?
Candy's good. Yeah.
Okay,
They call me
I like
tea or
candy.
but yeah.
Perfect.
The-
I know he was saying tea also.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about tea.
So T is my shortened version of my real name.
Okay.
But everybody gets my real name
Me
wrong.
too.
Because it's Tristan.
I got it.
So I just go with T. It works
Yeah.
a lot better for me.
Totally. I got it. So when he said that, I was like, oh, we're both T's. I
Yeah,
like
I
it.
like T
I like
squared.
it. I like it. Candy's great. We'll go with Candy.
Yeah, so the Candy thing is obviously being a model. I had to have a modeling name, and that's where it came from, and it just stuck. So
Perfect. I love it. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So tell us, the SEMA Show 2024.
Oh my gosh.
What brought you here? The road here. How was it for you?
wow, this is day 4, the last day.
Sure is. We're also worn out, I think.
We're burnt
and,
out. And
yeah.
nobody told me that this is open to the public today.
Welcome to everyone. Yes.
So coming here today, well, not today, this week was kind of, my goal was, I haven't been here since pre-COVID.
Okay.
And I wanted to touch base with a lot of my vendors. I sell restoration car parts. I specialize in 55 and up GM. So a lot of the Central Hall I have a relationship with, and I'd like to maintain that relationship. And I
Definitely.
haven't seen their faces in so many years. When you talk to somebody on the phone, it's one thing, but when you see them in person, I really enjoy that. And SEMA gives you that opportunity. So we're out here today, and then we're actually going to be at Dino's Get Down next week with Auto Metal Direct. So I got
Love it.
very, very lucky in the fact that we're going from this to that, and I don't have to go all the way home and then all the way back, because I am actually in Canada still.
Love it. So you're on the road for a few weeks then.
Yeah,
I love
I am.
it. I love it. So I'm gonna touch back on kind of what you said. You know, it's so important. It's funny because a lot of people are like, oh, the SEMA show, like, why do people go in all this? It's about connecting. It's about connecting with the industry, with your customers, and really getting to know them better. Because like you said, you haven't connected in so long. It's so different in person, isn't it?
It really is. And I mean, not just that for me, it's also networking and new opportunities.
Definitely.
Because I'm trying to break out of my model shell, if you will.
Yeah.
And I put myself in a box for so many years, and I'm like, okay, I know I can talk cars. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And present myself to some of these companies. So you're not only going to network and connect, but you could also possibly get more opportunities, you know?
Definitely. Networking is a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's this word that's like, okay, well, is that what I'm doing? It's like, it's not, to me, it's not about sales anymore. It's not about this direct thing. It's about relationships, making that connection with people.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you know cars, you know, you talk about what you know.
Yeah, and honestly, I really enjoy it. So
Good.
it's like, if you do something and it's your passion, you gotta run with it.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah. I love coming to the show. I tell people, I'm like, this is like my family. I get to meet people like you.
Mm-hmm.
I get to be out here with like other people that enjoy cars as much as I do.
It's all our passion, so
Yeah.
it brings us all together. I mean, I just saw a gentleman from Japan I haven't seen in years.
Awesome.
So like just
Awesome.
running through here on my way
Awesome.
here, actually.
So tell us about the restoration business and or the parts that you're
Okay.
selling and stuff like that. Share with us about that.
So my background is 55 and up GM restoration parts. I've been doing it for 15 years, probably
Okay.
about that. And then in COVID, we couldn't get anything. So
Yeah,
the supply
right?
chain was really, really minimal. And because of that, I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And I had started a restoration on 85 Regal, and I had, 5 grills and a bunch of fenders and all these extra parts because I picked the best of the best and used them on the build. Well, I was like, what am I gonna do? Let's put them on eBay and see what happens. They sold right away. I was like, oh, okay. Then I started, buying up random parts collections here and there on Craigslist, Facebook,
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
Put them on eBay. They sold even faster. I was like, I think I'm on to something, because I did know there was a gap in the market for the 78 to 88 rear-wheel drive G-body cars on the West Coast.
Okay.
Midwest and east of that, I would say, has quite a big following already, but I felt like there was a gap on the West Coast, and everything was selling so fast I had to run with it.
I love it.
So
know your market, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I ended up buying cars and dismantling them, and because I couldn't keep up with the demand. So here we are.
You were finding parts wherever they were.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
The way I look at it is like I'm saving the cars, because our cars in the Pacific Northwest are so rusty. There's not really much of a foundation left.
Yeah.
But all the interiors and the soft goods and the trim are meticulous and in good shape. Whereas you go into the dry states, like Texas, for example, all of those 80s cars are plastic inside. So they're blown
done.
Out. They're
Yeah,
dust.
yeah.
Like you hit the dashboard,
Literally
it's like
dust.
turns into Tinkerbell
Totally.
dust.
Love that.
So because of that, I feel like I was able to save the other cars with the rusty cars. So when everybody gets mad at me, like, you're ruining these cars, I'm like,
you're like,
no,
no.
I'm saving other people's cars and
Love
helping them
it,
with their
girl.
bills.
I love that. Great.
Save the G's. That's
Yes.
been the motto since day one.
Save the G's right there. G bodies, love it.
So yeah, that's basically an eBay direct-to-consumer store. We do obviously offer a lot of the reproduction items. We have a new website launching.
Okay, great.
It should be done by the end of the month. It's going to be bcgbody.com. I've had a really hard time with my old web hosting platform, so now we're going to have a new one, and I'm really excited. It's going to have a lot of these vendors, and I'm going to highlight American-made parts. Like, I want quality parts. Obviously, a lot of the reproduction stuff, you're going to have to sell offshore products because the reproduction items, you don't get that option.
Yeah.
But the performance side of things, the billet side of things, the dress-up side of things, let's try to keep it on, like,
I totally agree with you. I'm totally with you on that too. My company, Baja Forged, I do the same thing. We build parts in the United States, and that's really important to me as well.
I really feel like quality is more than quantity at the end of the day. Like, people don't understand that they can buy a jobber fender for $250 from one company, and then the next company might be $499, double the price. But they don't understand that that fender is going to fit and finish way better than the $250 one, and there's going to be minimal filler work and minimal repair.
Sure, in the long run, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper because there's less body work.
Yep.
So let's
buy a
highlight
quality
these brands.
product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Highlight the brands, Auto Metal Direct, Billet Special, like all the good ones, they will be on that website on the front page. So
love it. That sounds great. So anything at the show that was exciting to you or that you want to share with, or?
For me, I really enjoyed the level of the builds this year.
Cool.
I feel like, because I haven't been here since pre-COVID, I feel like the level of the quality has really stepped up, and the ingenuity, and just like, even I'm getting distracted in front of me right now because there's just so many things to look at, right?
I love it.
I really enjoyed just the quality.
Love it.
And people, the creativity is in, like, some of these things you're seeing, you're like, wow, where did you come up with that idea?
Yeah. I definitely tell people, you come here to get inspired,
Come up with ideas for builds.
Yep. Come up with those ideas and then see what other people are doing and be like, oh, shoot, I got to step up my game.
Yeah.
And it really is about that. It's like, people wonder about this show, but it's where it's where the industry trends get set, for what's happening next.
Yes, it really is. And even to see the G-bodies on the floor, 10 years ago, you'd never see a G-body on the floor in this show, ever.
Yeah,
ever.
right?
Unless,
totally.
A barn find or something cool.
Yeah, I saw Good Guys. Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, my God. And they're not just built cars. Like, they are beautiful, beautiful renderings. It looks like something that isn't even real, some of these cars. So to see a G-body be appreciated is really something.
I definitely have noticed that come back with them too and stuff. That's pretty cool.
It really is.
And you're helping with that. And that's what's funny is we just got to infuse that out there, and that's what happens, right?
Yeah, and like you said, just the trend setting. Like, it really, you see something, one color here this year that everybody's going to want next year.
Yep.
Or like one pattern or whatever it might be.
So tell us about Dino's that you're going to be heading to next week.
So I'm going to be at Dino's Get Down and GM Truck Week with Auto Metal Direct.
Awesome. And where is that located?
It's in Glendale, Arizona, I believe. It's right at Cardinal Stadium. So
nice.
I'm really excited about that because
that's a big show.
Apparently it's like 9,500 trucks.
That's a big show.
And I feel like I might be in over my head on the truck side of things, but it's going to be really interesting.
It's kind of like jumping into SEMA for the first time. You just have to do it, you know, right?
And because I have such a lowrider background, I feel like I put myself in that box for so many years. And now I'm like, what am I doing? I enjoy it. I have a vehicle for every day of the week.
I love it.
And every vehicle serves a purpose.
Sure.
Why not go enjoy these shows too?
Perfect.
So I'm really appreciative of the opportunity. Thank you, Automotive Direct. And I want to see these trucks. So.
I love it. Well, that's great. And you guys can follow along with you guys on Instagram or anything like that. Where can they find you?
My social media is Candy and Chrome. So it's Candy with a C. The letter N and then Chrome. And then the business is BCG Body, so British Columbia G Body.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Well, thanks for being here on the podcast today.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, this is great. This is great. Thank you, everyone. This was On the Road at the SEMA Show 2024. High Octane Hustle. I'm Design Muse, and this was
Candy and Chrome.
All right. Till next time, we're out.
Wow, I love your energy. Your energy's awesome.
Baja Forged, signature vehicle builds and off-road products built to forge your own path. Baja Forged was basically made because we loved off-roading. We loved the open roads. If you're looking for off-road products to help you get out on the terrain, visit bajaforged.com. Follow us on Instagram at Baja Forged for our latest builds. Today with us at the SEMA Show 2024, we have
Hurricane Felton.
Woo! All right.
How do you get a name like Hurricane?
There is a story.
Get after it.
Yeah, so
There you go.
I'll keep it short. Like old school motocross is kind of my vibe. My dad used to race dirt bikes back in the day, and there was an old guy named Bob Hanna who.
wow.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
I mean, if you know,
Not everybody's cool enough to know. So,
I agree with
I guess
you.
we're cool enough.
100%.
well, there's a lot of coolness happening at the staple right now. But so Bob Hanna, old school motocross guy, he himself coined, or rather earned the nickname for himself as Hurricane. So my dad gave me the first name Hannah, but it just organically snowballed into Hurricane, and it just kind of stuck.
I think that works.
Yeah,
And are you living up to it?
I'd say so.
Good.
Yeah,
Girl.
yeah.
I'm up there, girlfriend.
Yeah, just an ADHD tornado. So, yeah. Or hurricane.
Don't ever medicate that. Sorry.
We had
That was
this
just a funny
conversation the
thing.
other night, didn't we? Well, so you like to go by Hurricane mostly, right? And that's what it goes both ways. I know.
No, I don't necessarily care. I'll answer to just like, hey, stupid, right? But
No.
But you're not.
I just think like unique names are cool, or even a unique
Yes.
nickname, because like no one's ever like, oh, which hurricane are you talking about? You know?
But what, Hannah, are you talking? Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong to the Hannahs out there. Just saying, hurricane, a good differentiator.
Yes.
I love it.
I
It's
love
great.
that.
It's a great nickname. Totally stick to it. Yeah, for sure. So I guess kind of dive into a little bit. You did last year. You raced something. So tell us about that a little bit.
Okay.
You can have that.
Thank you. I raced King of the Hammers first part of this year in January, and that was my very first time racing anything off-road related at all, actually. So I've been,
Wow.
Let's
take a minute.
That's the where to start right there.
Yeah. Just thinking about what you have to do. What did you ride? Motorcycle?
No,
ATV?
no, we built a 1985.
Side by side?
No,
She said she was into motorcycles. Yeah. Just rolling with
you
that.
never know. I mean, I could do those too. Maybe that's next on my bucket list.
Yeah.
But yeah, for 2024 King of the Hammers, we built a 1985 Jeep CJ7, and it's like full like frame off like rebuild. We actually even painted it an OEM 1985 color. It's like this coal gold, almost like the exact color of the sticker. Actually,
Love that.
yeah, and so I got to learn a ton working with I work at Bent Motorsports down in San Marcos, and I've got a lot of really rad dudes that work in that shop there with me. And they helped me a ton to do that thing. It's a full like JK axle spring over conversion, so it's a badass rig. But I got to learn a ton building it with them, and then even more going and racing off road for the first time. And unfortunately, it's a high that I'm going to chase for the rest of my life now.
That's what happens when you get into racing.
Yeah.
You don't want to stop. It
Yeah.
really is part of that.
Yeah, it's the bug.
Yes, and you finished The KOA. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, so the Every Band Challenge, I raced 4,600. That's like if you do finish, you're one of the few. You know, it's a race that most people aren't finishing, or most certainly not the first couple times. So we did have a small mechanical failure that resulted in a short race day, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I still like
Definitely.
It happened how it was supposed to happen. Essentially what happened, to condense a whole lot of info into a short story, that Jeep's really tall because it's spring over, right? We've got like Skyjacker, like stock YJ style Leaf, spring over JK axles, right? So because of how tall it is, our pinion angle was so drastic that our rear diff was sitting at such a crazy angle that essentially once you filled it with oil to where you should fill it prior to changing, you know, the angle of it, it just wasn't properly distributing the oil back up to like pinion bearings and things like that.
So this is why you should go to class, to geometry class, because things like this are very important. No, it's funny because all that type of stuff really comes into this. It makes a difference, right? She's like, I don't know, maybe.
I think where Theresa's going with this, when you take something real life that interests you, geometry then begins to make sense.
Well, that's the truth. Yeah. Yeah. I'd say what I keep saying though is custom build, custom problems. Like you're
always.
Not,
that's part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's part of it.
You're not, if you build something totally custom, you're not just going to be like, oh, like wheel bearing, like never.
Well, and that's the thing. You might not have figured that out until you figured it out. So you have to diagnose the problem after you take it out to actually use it and be like, oh, this is what's happening here.
Yeah,
totally.
So it's literally just a matter of packing that thing full of oil as far as it'll go, and then it's fine. So
And I think the other thing too, with you having an opportunity to run your first race, I mean, let's talk about all the feels there, right?
Yeah, lining up like on race morning is in the moment. What I was saying is this is an experience I wouldn't wish upon anybody.
Really?
Because
but you wanted it though too. That's the dichotomy of it all, right?
It's
so right. We put ourselves in those positions and we're like, do we really want to do this? But we want to do it. But it's
racing my first ATC race at Indian Dunes in Powder Puff class. I'm like, got the whole shot, and I'm like, now what the hell do I do?
Stay in it.
And you're like, okay. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
It's a lot, but also that's, I think, one of the experiences in the last couple, you know, chapters of my life that taught me that that's exactly the feeling I need to search for. Because every time I've got that pit in my stomach where I'm like, I just want to go home. Actually, if I could just crawl back into bed, why am I out in the big scary world? Like, just stop, you know. And then I do it, and I'm like, that was the best day of my life, you know?
Yes.
Like I need to. That's me, like learning to push myself more.
Yes.
And so, like I said, now that I did, as soon as that flag dropped and I was on the gas, I was like, yeah.
This is everything. I know. And it's really important to share moments like that with people so they get that other people are feeling like that, because we do. All of us want to crawl back in bed sometimes, you know, and just
and
be
I'm
like.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little too honest sometimes. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. And I was terrified. I'm not going to pretend like I was too tough for that. You know,
it's like when people say they're fearless, it's not a matter of, we all have fears.
Right.
It's facing them. That's what it's really about. It's getting out in the world and having the courage to face them.
And like you were saying, just sitting there and you want to crawl back into your space, but it's so powerful when you choose not to, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. Love it.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
Now it's sent me on this whole new path of, since doing that, it's just kind of like re-stoked the fire for me of wanting to participate more and more in this industry. I feel like I've always been an enthusiast of off-road. I've been riding dirt bikes and going to the desert about as long as I can remember, but just in the last couple months, I guess, actually since King of the Hammers, I've been like, you know what? Why am I just participating? Why am I just utilizing
that
resources and stuff
right there?
When I could
Unreal.
It is.
I'm looking at this one right here because she made an announcement, a month ago, about what she was going to be doing next year, because all of a sudden something clicks and you're just like, No, I'm not a sideline sitter, bitches. I freaking go.
It's always
Let's
about
go.
showing up.
Yes.
It's always about showing up. Whatever that is for any of us, like, you know, even going to Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame, that was like a last minute thing for me. And I was like kind of sitting like, oh, but I can go to SEMA the next morning or whatever. And I was like, no, I need to just show up. I saw amazing people there, got to sit next to her all night, had amazing conversations.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And it's like those moments. And that's exactly it. Like at first I was like, do I need to go? But I wouldn't have had those kind of moments. And all night long, it was great. So it's always worth showing up, people.
Show up, young ladies. Show up.
Yes, love it. Well, I think that's a great way to wrap this up on the road at the SEMA Show.
How can people find you and follow your adventures? I want to know that right now.
Absolutely. I'm most active on Instagram, sometimes TikTok. I'm going to start working on the YouTube thing.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Love it.
I'll try. I've got a few fun videos up there of various wheeling trips and stuff like that. I just need to do it a little more often. But
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm Hurricane Felton on all the platforms. And yeah, that's it. I'm just here to have a good time, you know? I'm just here.
I love it.
I just want to have fun with other people. I want to help other people.
Yes.
And I want to utilize the platform that I have.
Please share what you're doing now with Corva.
Yeah, so that's kind of
great. Where
I was going with that point earlier of like
help people.
I want to transition from just like being a participant of, you know, the
fun stuff.
Yeah, the resources that exist, and instead like do my part, especially living in California, like with the climate of not being sure how long our trails are going to be open and maintenance and things like that. So I do now work for Corva, which is the California Off-Road Vehicle Association. They're pretty much the only organization, at least in California, that's taking these issues to a legislation level. And so it's like literally $40 to become a member. It's so cheap. And I just really believe in what they're doing. And so now I'm working for them. I'm helping them do some media stuff and just trying to get it out there. Because the way I see it with Corva, the only reason they're not bigger is just because people don't know they exist yet. Because they're going to be like what really pushes us over the edge. And so I'm really excited about that.
I love that. I was really excited to hear she was doing that. So awesome.
That's so cool.
Well, thanks everyone.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been High Octane Hustle. I'm Fastlane Jane.
And I'm Design Muse. And this was
Hurricane Felton.
Yeah, thank you. Follow,
on the road at SEMA.
Like, subscribe, all the stuff.
All the things.
Hello.
No.
Hey guys, welcome to High Octane Hustle. I'm Fastlane Jane.
And I'm Design Muse. And today at the SEMA Show 2024, we have
Hollie Fowler, Mischief Maker, JKU. I don't know. Yay.
And she's got her Torah on. I love that.
I do. I became a member this year, so I'm rocking it. I'm feeling very good about it.
Very, very important.
Yes.
So tell everyone what Torah is, because I think it kind of goes hand in hand with where we are today and with what you do as well. So I think it's very important for everyone.
So I kind of work for myself, but want to get really into the industry and just not just be, you know, someone who pops up on Instagram now and then. I want to actually have a voice. So within SEMA, there's a number of groups and a number of committees, and there's some for hot rods. I'm part of the truck and off-road sector, and
that is Torah. Torah is the Truck and Off-Road Alliance.
Yes, exactly. So first year in here, a couple of months in, and everything's really awesome, really good. So
yeah, it's really a fantastic, like the committees and everything, networking for SEMA. It's really important to be part of that because this is what keeps the industry going.
Absolutely, and we're also all about education for the shops and the people within the industry, especially trucks and off-road. So that's what we're really focusing on moving into next year, and we're going to be up at a lot of events. So if we're there and you're not a member, definitely come see what it's all about, ask us questions and become a member and be part of it, you know?
Yeah, and there's other groups and committees like SBN, the SEMA Business Women's Network, which goes hand in hand with what you're doing because you're going to join a second committee, I'm just sure of it after today.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I'll be a part of all of them.
It's what happens for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, sorry, we're passing the mic back and forth because we're sharers. We're really good sharers. So you're talking about next year. What are you bringing out of the livery that you're going to focus on the most? Is it going to be Nessie? Is it going to be Mischief Maker, JKU? Am I doing that right?
Yeah.
Good girl. Or is it going to be Sheila?
Well, I think honestly, I'm gonna probably take Sheila across the country. She's my new build, a 2002 Jeep Liberty. I solid axle swapped her. She's on 37s, and she is fantastic. I mean, she's been fighting me a little bit.
I was gonna say,
but
the road to SEMA, for anyone who has ever done a custom build, you understand nothing is perfect.
Wow. I mean, we've had fires, we've had radiator breaks, we've had to switch out the alternator, the new starter, the hoses,
So let's share with everyone when you started this and why, what it was for, because that just recently happened, right?
It did.
So share with us that.
Last week, people. This is when all this happened, okay? But I am part of Onyx Off-Road, and this is the second year they've done a build challenge. And we get $20,000, and we can pick any vehicle, and we need to build it up for an off-road adventure using Onyx Off-Road maps. And I chose a 2002 Jeep Liberty because I think they're underutilized.
Okay.
There's so many of them on Facebook Marketplace for like $1,000.
You know what, though? That's amazing that you're saying that right here, right now, because that opens up so much to the off-road community.
Yeah.
It's not just about a trophy truck where you've got to spend $500,000. No, you can go out and have a great time with a build like that and with that company's parts, right?
Exactly. And honestly, I took her out stock and I tried to destroy her, and she absolutely refused. She was IFS in the front, and honestly, everything just works perfectly, but I obviously wanted to lift it and have her more as like my moderate trail kind of go-to girl, and I want to take her across the country. Mischief Maker has traveled. She's traveled.
The new one, you're ready for the Yeah.
He's retiring to like the West Coast, but when I head over to the East Coast, I'm definitely going to take that liberty and show everyone what she's made of. You know,
I love that. What a great idea.
Yeah.
How long did this build take you from start to finish? Not just, of course, you had to buy the thing and then you had to plan everything out. How long did this take you?
Well, we've had the whole entire year since January, but I obviously built the Tread Lightly giveaway Jeep. That took me a long time to do. So I think we built this in 8 weeks, which was pretty good.
You know, and that's... I know. It's funny because, you know, some builds can take a long time, and it really depends. If you have a deadline to get something done, you get it done.
You get it done.
You get it done. That's just how it is.
Yep.
Even for SEMA, it's up till the last minute.
Literally the very last minute.
Yeah.
Like, we're finished the build at 3 a.m., we're popping on the trailer at 5 a.m., and off we go. And it has to wheel for a week in Arizona before we get here. And then when we get here, it works until we need to take it here into the convention center. And then I lose a brake caliper. And then I can't drive forward. And then we just reverse all the way up the strip and into the convention center, because why not?
I love that, though, because this is just the epitome of SEMA and getting shit done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You're in the shop 16 hours. You're cursing. I mean, I cry when I'm frustrated.
Right.
You know.
That was so good, because that really...
Yeah.
She came up and she was like, I cried, and I was like, girl, I always cry. What are you talking about? She's like, no, in front of
people,
someone.
Yeah.
like
in front of another human, I cried.
I get it. I'm like, the moments underneath the car and things like that where you're just so frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
We all have those moments.
Yeah. But it's been a trip.
I agree.
It's been a trip.
But now Sheila is in.
Mm-hmm.
Where can we find her?
You can find her outside the West Hall with the Onyx Off-Road Build Challenge vehicles. You'll noticed them because none of them make any sense.
Love that.
None of them.
Love that.
We have a bread van. We have a Bronco. We have a Mini Cooper that's being converted into what looks like an amazing race vehicle. It's insane.
Awesome.
And we have a Jaguar that's being put on, I think it's an F-150 base. And it's like, there's just,
so
you go out there and see a mismatch.
They're not all necessarily off-road, or they are?
They are, believe it or not.
Okay, I was just
They
gonna,
are.
okay.
An off-road Jaguar.
I mean, it is
I've
like
gotta
5
see that. I've
5
gotta
feet
see
in
that.
the air. It's on a truck frame. It's insane, but it's beautiful and it works.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Love
And
it.
it works.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, now, sorry, you guys. But like
figure
right
it out.
here,
We got it.
we'll totally figure it. This is what makes life fun. So now, will all of you compete in a driving competition?
We already have a week prior to this. So we actually met in Arizona the week before, and
Right
it was the
before
road to
SEMA.
SEMA. Yeah.
Right?
So we've done that. The winner will actually be announced here on Friday.
Oh, how exciting. Oh,
So
wow.
There's a $10,000 prize and a beautiful trophy that's being
So,
built.
so what is the winner? What is that composed of like, why would you be the winner?
It's
like,
been votes and points along the way. So this has been open for, I think, since March. It's been open. So people have been able to vote for their favorite team, and everyone has a YouTube channel. So if you want to check out the builds, then just go to the YouTube channel. We all have like a series on it.
Yes, follower.
Heck
Yes,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. Where can people find you? What is that on YouTube
All right,
exactly?
YouTube, I'm Mischief Maker TV, and everywhere else, I'm Mischief Maker JKU or Seat Time Syndicate.
There you go.
I love it. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Hollie. Hollie, you know how I feel about you.
I love you too.
You know how we feel
I
about
love you too.
Oh my gosh, we just love you. We're so glad to see you. So glad that you came to visit
Well,
us.
thank
Oh
you so
my
much for
gosh.
having me, guys.
Thank
this is
you.
awesome.
We always find you at places we love, you know, so it's perfect. This was the SEMA Show 2024. It was great having Hollie on today. Thank you. I'm Design Muse.
And I'm Fastlane Jane, and this was High Octane Hustle on the road.
On the road. That's it. Just happened. Right there. You too. Woo! Hey, everyone. This is... oh, sorry.
It's Friday at
This
SEMA.
is Vegas. I have a hoarse voice, right? Hey, everyone. Welcome to High Octane Hustle. I am Design Muse, and today we have...
Adrienne Peters back again.
Oh, that's right, huh? Yep. We got to use that microphone. We're all good.
Yeah, that's a pro tip.
Pro tip right there. Bring it right on up.
Tell me
There you
it's
go.
Friday at SEMA without telling me it's Friday at SEMA.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
I forgot my eyebrows this morning walking out, and I was like,
you
oh,
look fabulous.
Thank
you look like Monday morning, like Tuesday morning.
Thank you. And I
SEMA.
said, you look so hydrated. I love it. And these nails, look at this. Vegas
Gotta do a
nails.
little bling for SEMA.
It's perfect.
You know.
It's perfect. So tell me about the road leading up to SEMA.
The road is always exciting. It's been great after about 10 plus years in the booth for Chevrolet Performance and kind of architecting that storytelling and those vehicle builds. You know, sometimes we brought over 23 vehicles to SEMA.
Right.
And, you know, it's been nice this year to kind of make Quadlocks. We don't have a booth this year, but next year we're super excited to have our first activation. But bringing the Quadlock brand to SEMA for the first time officially. And it's been great to just walk the floor and focus on building those relationships and making the most of my time here for the business, and wearing a little bit of a business development hat and a marketing hat as well. So it's been exciting to see Quadlock on some off-road vehicles around here, and then capturing some inspiration for our product team and our engineers back home in Melbourne, Australia, for how we can create some bespoke mounting solutions for the incredible aftermarket builds that always
Love
make.
that idea. There you go.
Yes.
Great idea.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, why do you think it's important to have, a presence at SEMA? Because you said you're walking the show and you're making those relationships and you plan on having a booth here next year?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just that. It's about the relationships. It's about the people and that face-to-face time, whether it's 2 minutes or 20 minutes or what have you. You know, there's just no replacement for that.
I agree.
And, you know, we have become accustomed in this modern age to being very effective at doing business digitally and through Zoom and phone calls, text messages, and emails. But at the end of the day, I think one of the things that really the biggest thing that makes the aftermarket so special and so unique is those in-person relationships and dynamics.
Definitely.
That's the key to our success as a business and as an industry.
And I love that you guys know and understand that, because it's all about building relationships. You said, you know,
100%.
You're going around this entire time. A partnership it's a relationship through and through, and you have to make sure both sides of it are working. And you come to this show and you get to see people you haven't seen all year long or whatever.
It's a family reunion.
It really is, right?
People don't like to walk the show with me because I can't go 2 feet
in the hall, right? We're sitting here waving to people as we're doing this. That's how it is.
But we love it, and it's like, you know, we are, you know, our feet hurt and we lose our voices and we feel like we're hungover even though we're just tired. And but there's nowhere else we'd rather be in this second week of November. So absolutely.
So is there anything on the horizon that you'd like to share with like Quadlock or anything like that? What's next after SEMA?
Yeah, well, so we're no rest for the wicked. So my coworkers and our global sales team are over at the SEMA Show in Milan doing business, the Global Power Sports Business Conference. So we're double teaming it this weekend. So and then next week we roll into our first ever activation at an NHRA race for the Pomona finals. So excited to explore that market for Quadlock, and we see some incredible synergy there with the overlap with power sport ownership. And there's actually, interestingly, very little overlap for most NHRA fans with other types of motorsports. So, thinking about it from a business perspective, and you ask, you know, we're in all these different types of motorsports, off-road racing. We're going racing with Team Australia, Paul Wheel and Toby Price at the Baja 1000 soon.
Rad,
so
coming
super
up.
Excited. Yep, their trophy truck is wrapped with Quadlock, and they've got all of their devices mounted with our product. So that's pretty much the ultimate test.
I was just going to say, that's putting it to the test right there. I love it. I love it. Definitely.
So,
going over 100 miles an hour on whoops down Baja.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, you know, thinking about the landscape of motorsport relationships that we have, and, you know, what does NHRA bring to the table? It's just that it's a new audience, it's a different audience, and it's the best way for businesses to grow is to unlock those new perspectives and those new customer communities.
I love that. That's a great way.
Thank you.
It's definitely all about the SEMA Show. I love it. I love and the relationships, right?
Yes.
It really is. So
it's good to be back here behind the mic with you.
Thank
few months
you,
later.
Adrienne. Yes, it's so great. It's good to see you. It is. It's family. It's just getting to see family at the show. I'm totally with you on that. But yeah, this has been great. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, everyone, this is SEMA on the Road 2024. I was.
You still are. You haven't lost it.
This is Friday. We are almost done. We are almost out of here. Theresa Contreras, Design Muse, and this was
Adrienne Peters.
Thank you. Bye. We're out.